Okay, so in this particular video, we're going to talk about building your community. Before you make it public, you do want to add content. So content, content, content. Try to publish lots of content and articles. So as you can see here, I've created about three forums, and within these three forums, there might be more subtopics and threads like that. Now, before I go off and try to make more forums, I probably want to keep it maximum about four forums. So four different topics here: finding a gym, diet and nutrition, exercises, and I probably want to populate them by adding content to them. One thing I've noticed is that if I create a forum and I add, let's say, a different thread to it, but I don't put anything in it, then most people won't even comment back to it. But if they do see something inside it, like let's say finding a gym, if I try to put two or three posts to try to get people start communicating with each other on finding a gym, what they don't like contracts and you know hard sale methods and things like that, or the gyms, certain gyms that are good because they provide certain equipment while others don't, or this and that. What to look out in finding a gym. So I could sit there, write a 300 to 400 word article, and then post that within this specific form. And then I could talk about diet and nutrition, how to gain muscle. You need to eat more calories. If you get on a 3,500 calorie diet to 4,000 calorie diet, then you can start gaining a pound of muscle probably each week. So I could talk about that and different types of plans, vegetable plans versus cheat meal plans, and different types of scheduling and things like that. So you might want to try to sit down and write about 2 to 3 or 1 to 3 articles so you can post of them each one in here. Now, in this forum, I talk about exercises and I cover the basis of different body parts like biceps, triceps, chest, shoulders, legs, and back. So that means I'm going to need to create at least one article. That means I'm going to need to include at least one article on each of these different body parts, body muscle groups. And I might even want to try to write two. Now, there's two different ways of doing this. You can either write it on your own, or you could hire an article writer to do that as well. But you want to probably make sure that the article writer writes on something that you're very familiar with so that you can see whether they've done a good research or not. And if they did, then this can be a trial period. So if they did do a good job, then you can use them later on and write up a lot more content, and then you can create videos and so forth. So the key to building your community initially is content. And if you don't have any content within a forum or a thread, then go ahead and do that. Now, to actually add a post, let's say finding a gym, I would click on the form finding a gym. Now, another thing you might want to think about is to motivate your members. Once you have a small membership base, you want to motivate your members to keep coming back. So another thing you could do is add some incentives. So in addition to these three forums, you could add a fourth forum that deals with maybe member incentives. You could establish a point rating system. Maybe the more posts you get, the better. And you can announce maybe the winners in that forum, or you could have a list where you announce it in that list. But you basically want to show people that, yeah, okay, the forum's there for content and that's the main purpose. But at the same time, a lot of members are going to ask, what's in it for me? What are my benefits? And things like that. So that's another idea that you can add to your forum. In the next video, we're going to talk about marketing your forum to build a community.